and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing, I'll give the prayer. With holy hearts and holy hands and holy feet that goes where he commands, a holy will to keep his ways, and holy lips to sing his praise. Amen.
Amen.
Everybody want to take a minute to go over your sins and everything?
Ain't got any.
We don't have it.
We'll take them out.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
That's my fault.
That's okay.
I thought I had them, but
This is last month, all right?
okay, I gotta do.
Roll call.
Okay, Floyd,
Yes.
Byron,
Yes.
Jimmy,
Here.
and Jenny,
Yes.
and
Brenda's absent.
Brenda's absent.
Motion to approve the minutes and claims for June 2026 by Byron Dory, second by Floyd Life. Okay, we need a motion to approve the minutes for August.
I make a motion to approve the
All right,
minutes.
do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, Floyd seconds it. He made the motion. We have a vote.
Is that for the minutes and the claims
Motion
or
to
just
approve
minutes?
minutes and claims, it says.
Okay.
Okay, so we got that, and we got a motion and a second. Let's vote on it. How do you vote? Everybody
Yes.
says aye.
Aye.
Aye. 4 ayes. Okay, unfinished business was the ordinance. Did you get that
That'll
ordinance?
probably be taken off eventually. I don't think you guys are gonna do
It's
that.
tabled.
Yeah.
Okay, new business, that was the grills for that time, we got rid of that. So it is in new business for tonight.
Let's see it.
With the new, yeah, what's the new business?
Okay,
tonight?
oh, that's the roll, that's
That's
the,
last 2 months ago.
here, this is, right here's the agenda.
Okay.
Okay, approved minutes, ordinance, that's gonna be
We
it.
did it for you.
Okay, new business, okay. Need new mowing contracts.
Okay.
Freddie quit.
We need a new mowing contract from Gary Fraley quit. So me and Brian's been mowing.
We got 2 bids, I don't know how you guys wanna do that. We've already got 2 bids turned in, I don't know if you, that's up to the
Well,
board.
we've got about a month. I'll mow, Brian, will you help me mow?
What, the rest of the year?
Just for 1 month.
Yeah.
I can do it by myself if I want.
No, I don't mind mowing, I have no problem doing that.
Okay, but me and Brian mow the rest of the year, and the bids will be open next year's
You said a month.
March, April.
You said a month.
Probably a month, maybe 2 months. It don't matter.
Are you guys gonna weed eat as well?
Do what?
Are you gonna weed eat as well?
Yeah, we can weed eat.
Because I know the park out here has looked terrible. The ball fields, there's
Have
good
you seen it
practice.
tonight?
Excuse me?
Have you seen it tonight?
I have seen it.
Was it
I
mowed?
was just asking if you were gonna weed eat.
But we'll go to weed eat.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Answer's yes.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Heard him say yes. Right?
Freddie never.
Okay, you know who to come with, it's the forks and the rope.
Everybody knows what it is. It's good for the boats. CN Bell's quarterly report.
Hello everyone. So I passed around a sheet for, like I do every time when I come, just to kind of, this is the same report that I give to all the town board, city, and commissioners and county council, just so everyone can kind of see what's going on across the county and the work that JCDC is doing. But of course, here in Redkey, I'll just highlight the projects that we've been working on with Redkey for the past 3 months. So basically, what we've been doing with Redkey, we did meet with, I met with the community development group. We were talking about food options here and the work they're doing and how possibly JCDC can help them in their efforts as they work to grow the community and their efforts they're doing. I also met with the park board and talked with them, finding out about the 5-year plan. We were concerned, I was concerned that they might need to get a consultant to do the 5-year plan, and that's expensive. Very excited to learn that for DNR funding, you can do for a community's Redkey size, that you can actually do those in-house. I know I'm currently helping Bryant update theirs, and so I've offered that that's something that JCDC can help the park board do their first 5-year plan if so needed, and so I'm here to help them. I know they've been very proactive and went and met with the Bryant group, Paul, to get advice on what they're doing. I know Jenny, you had reached out a while back to Pennville to get advice for their doing. So I just want to applaud the park board for what they're doing and the efforts that they're trying to kick off. And then also last evening, our office, JCDC, the Purdue Extension, and the Health Department had partnered to write a grant through Purdue Regional Development Group out of West Lafayette, and we were one of 3 counties in the state to receive the grant. And what that does is it builds the capacity of all of our community centers across the county. So last night we brought together all the community centers in the county, and it was really, really exciting. And so I know that we had 3 representatives from Redkey there, and so it was a great time for people to get to know each other from across the county, all involved with whether the parks or the community center. And the thing about this grant is it's not money. It's not money that we actually get to do something. It's capacity building. So the concept is we'll do 2 workshops, 2 hours last night, another 2 hours in September, and we're talking about asset identification and looking about how to plan. And then Purdue's going to come back in November and December and do their grant writing course, which is a 2-day course, which is typically $225 a person. And those community center representatives and parks are able to attend that training for free. And then also next year they'll come in and do their 2-day board development. That's also typically they charge a community, and they will be doing that for our community centers and parks who want to attend. They will be doing that capacity building training as well. So that's really what it's about. It's about building up and helping with the health disparities and health concerns that we have in Jay County. So that's really where we're involved at directly here in Redkey. You can see kind of what we're doing again over the county. And then I always try to give data. You all know I like my data. So this is the latest report from talking about Purdue Center for Regional Development. And it's a regional impact study of economics. And so I just wanted to put that in your lap. And so for you to review. And then I did have a follow-up. I know the last time I was here to give my report, and then I was here to do an abatement approval for the compliance. There was a question about kind of where we were at with abatements here in Redkey. So Jody in our office did up this sheet, and kind of since 2016, so in the last 10 years, we did a sheet to show the investment that you as a council or former councils, town boards have approved. And you can see here that overall, and this is Fisher's, that's the community the company that has come forth since 2016. These are multiple different investments that they've made both in their real estate and improving and expanding their property, what we call real property, and also additions to their personal property, which is equipment. So you can see the investment that they have made over the last 10 years. And because that they have been able to remain in this community with your support, they have been able income to Redkey has been since 2016, thanks to Fisher's and taxes, a little over $1.4 million. So that's significant. You can then see on the other line the savings to the company, the investment that the abatements that you made saved the company a little over $1 million. So again, I hope this shows you that by investing in Fisher's, it really has brought in $1.4 million to the community that you would not have if Fisher's was not here. And so I think that's an important point to make. And so again, I wanted to follow that up and provide you with that information. And I'm happy to take any questions. And of course, I'll be here afterwards if you have any questions.
That
for me.
$1,461,082 income to Redkey, does that come to the Redkey clerk treasurer?
So that would have come to the treasurer over the years since 2016.
So 25
Through
is
taxes,
48,000.
through your taxes, through property taxes and personal property taxes.
Well, now your Jay County economic, how many millions do you have in that, you know?
So you're talking Jay County Economic Development?
Jay County economic, yeah.
Jay County Corporation,
Yeah.
or,
What's your finances? Do you have any finances?
yeah, I think we have about $250,000 in our checking account.
What about your savings account?
I don't know if we have that much savings.
How do you divide it up amongst the county? You divide it up equally?
We do not. I think you're, let's step back a second. I think Jay County Development Corporation is an economic development corporation, and we are funded through edit funds and then also through private investments from area businesses that give us, and then also through grant funding. Okay, so let's set Jay County Development Corporation right here. Then I think what you're thinking of is Redkey Economic Development Corporation is what you're referring to. That is, we talked about before the meeting. I mean, we were just at a meeting. I don't have that file in front of me, but I know that they have about $600,000, I think, in CDs and savings, and about a little over $1 million in investment. And that's going to be, and I know Mark's going to talk about that in a little bit, that's money that will be reinvested and has to be reinvested back into, whether it's through incentives to bring another business or through other projects here. And, you know, like Leroy has gotten money through that fund. And so that's a different. But us individually, as a Jay County Development Corporation, I'm sorry to report, Jimmy, we do not have a lot of funds in our little checking account. But that's, I think that's the difference. So
Redkey's money is not your own money.
it is not.
It's the town's money, right?
It is to benefit the residents of Redkey, but it's not the town board's money, and in theory.
No, we can't, I mean, we ain't got, all that money is here for the taxpayers.
Like,
Correct.
none of this ran through their organization. She's just giving us a report on what
Yeah,
we got.
thank you, Mark. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all, this is nothing that we have done, nothing that's come to Jay County Development. This has not come to Redkey Economic Development. This is actually what you have received, the town, in personal and real property taxes that you have used to operate your town over the last 10 years.
So the treasurer sends that money to the clerk, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So this was just an example to show. I know sometimes we get concerned that we're giving abatements and giving savings to companies, but this is a good document to show that with that investment, because Fisher remains here, because you've been a good partner with them, right? You've invested in them, that they have turned around, and because of their taxes, have been able to give back to the town $1.4 million. And if they were not here, you would be $1.4 million poorer over the last 10 years. So it's a good investment, 10 years, 10 years. So it's a good investment, okay? Any other questions? If not, you know, come by the office or we can talk afterwards. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night, thank you. Salary ordinance for new officer.
Alex. I put down salary ordinance for new officer.
Yeah, it's just for the voting for the new police officer. We only had one application. I put my recommendation for Zach. He's the only one that applied. He's been an officer for 10 years. He has my full.
What is that full market salary?
What do you think? He said that.
I was hoping salary ordinance had to be adjusted, but that's fine. If we could just move ahead with the hiring, then I'll clear it
I'll
out.
tell you what the salary ordinance says. You said something about, you know, money for an extra officer. The salary ordinance says the salary of one full-time deputy shall not exceed $42,848.69. Up to 2 part-time deputy marshals may be used in the place of 1 full-time. So that is what it says about the as far as you want a full-time, I don't understand it. Do you guys understand?
Yeah, so I added the full-time.
So you're not gonna have a part-time, just one
So
full?
I'll have my part-time, like I said at the last couple of meetings, I'll have my part-timer, and then I'll have 2 full-timers, so that the full-timer includes me. So there'll be 3 paid officers, 1 part-timer that will cover weekends and when I'm not available,
Copies, I don't want to-
and then,
But now, if you hire him, we hire him,
uh-huh.
and you're gonna be short 1 part-time deputy, is that right or wrong?
No, I just won't hire a part-time
But
deputy.
he's a part-time deputy now, we're gonna
No,
hire
he's a
him.
reserve right now.
Okay. So we can,
But you're taking, you wanna keep Matt, right?
I'm keeping my part-timer I have now. For the last couple of meetings, I said, keep me as a full-timer, bring on 1 more full-timer, and keep 1 part-timer that can cover on weekends and down when I'm not available I'm gone or he's gone, vice versa.
But if we hire him full-time,
Mhm.
then you're gonna have to hire part-time, or you don't have to hire.
We don't have to hire
So
part-time.
you got your two part-times if we hire him.
No, he's wanting to hire this guy
Right, full-time.
full-time.
Time.
So we're only allowed to have 2 full-time deputies or 1 full-time and 2 part-times. That's the
Or
way
one
the salary
full-time.
ordinance
So the
reads.
town marshal's a separate line.
Oh, wait,
It's either 1 full-time deputy or 2 part-time deputies.
So the
Yeah.
adjustment would be based to the
Just
ordinance.
want you to allow both.
So if we hire him full-time, then we can't have 2 part-time.
Right, unless you just change the wording here a little bit. Have you calculated, how much of an additional appropriation you'll need to cover that?
In my head, it's about an extra 35,000 a year. But then that will take away from a lot of other things that I've been having to invest in.
And you sit down and figure out how much I don't
We have to go through that salary thing.
Yeah, you would have to pass an amended salary ordinance since it doesn't currently have that position.
is the funds available for that?
Well, this
And
ordinance
I
has
can
been made
pull it- I can't pull the money out from my low fund also.
from the Lowell.
Yeah,
Okay, let's see, here
and
is.
it's got 91,000 there.
Yeah, we do have, I brought those papers with me to show what we have in that. Below it. Just have too many papers, I get totally overwhelmed with all this, all the new papers. Because I made copies of them so we could see it and know. Here's the Lowell Public Safety. $91,223.13. And then I have a paper that explains what can be paid out of the Lowell fund. Let's see, make sure that I have 2 different ones. Got another one. That's Mark's stuff. That's my stuff. Well, I guess this explains it. This here, it's great, okay. Is this the lowest? Yeah. Okay, it says in here, a police officer and law enforcement system to preserve public safety, peace and order. You wanna read that and see if you think that's what that,
I'm gonna read that so you can have
at
it
the top, the very first one.
Yeah.
Can everybody hear all right?
So we have, oh, that's the rainy day. Yeah, the Lowell fund, you can show her that.
That's the little thing there. Is that split between the fire department and
The Lowell had, let's see,
It covers both.
yeah,
both of them? So it's
I mean, it
Special.
can.
yeah.
She
We
would
have
have to tell
Lowell,
you if it actually
we have the
does.
public safety, and then we have the Lowell special distribution.
Yeah, that's only for the fire department.
The special one?
Yeah,
That's what I
the fire
thought.
department's the only one who can use that.
Okay. That has a
Yeah,
list.
this one's up to over 91,000. You've only spent 5,300 out of it this year.
So we can hire the,
Part-time. Hire this guy full-time, then we'll have to redo it for the part-time. You're going to pay part-timer too, right?
Yeah, we're paying the part-timer right now,
Yeah,
out of what we have in the salary ordinance, it's 20.
right.
So pay
$20
the part-timer out of the lower fund.
Pay the part-timer out of the Lowell and
Yeah.
the full-time out of,
Yeah.
Well,
Regular salary.
I mean, you'll need to do a
we'll have
fund
to,
transfer.
yeah, transfer money into the, okay.
Damn, I'm
Yeah, but we'll
that's
actually need to amend
I'm
that
still
salary ordinance.
confused.
I can't.
so I need a motion to hire him full-time. Zach,
I make a motion to hire him full time.
I need a second.
Second.
I got a motion first and second, all them wants to vote. How do you vote, Jenny?
Aye.
I vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Welcome aboard, brother.
All agreed. What's his name? I don't even know.
Zach, what's your last
Did
name?
you bring
Brown.
2 ink pens with you
Brown, Zach
tonight?
Brown.
You may need one.
I'm gonna run out.
I'll let you buy
Okay,
Music singer.
it. You're welcome.
Okay, so now we're ready for the street and water department.
Quick. So after we installed all the meters last summer, we kept a box of 6 in case of any new customers coming into town, moving in. That way we have a meter for them so they can get hooked up to water. Last week, on Friday, I used my last meter out of that box. So now if we have somebody move into town and they ask for a water hookup, I can't hook them up. So I'm asking for a box of 6. They cost about $2,000. They come with the antennas. So I'm asking the board for approval to buy 6 meters from Eric Nugent.
6-pack.
6-pack.
I need a motion to buy 6 meters.
I make a motion to buy the meters.
Can I have a second?
Second.
He makes a motion, he second. Jenny, how do you vote? I vote aye. Aye. Aye.
Also, we haven't started yet because it was kind of a late notice on my end getting it on out to the public. We're going to be doing routine hydrant flushing. Started Monday. We'll probably be starting tomorrow, but that'll go from tomorrow through the 1st of September. The water department's currently dealing with 2 item violations that we were not aware of. They were things that were submitted before Ted and I were here, and they just weren't passed on to us. So the state reached out and said, hey, we got a couple issues going on. So we're both working on getting those resolved. We've been in our water certification classes. I'm taking so much in, it's unbelievable. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's worth it.
Yep. So that's a lot on my plate. There's a couple spots in town that I got approved last month to get concrete at. I'm sorry, we just have not had time nor the manpower to get those locations prepped and the concrete in town. So that's kind of gonna, also I have a question for the town board. We have had several people call into the town board or the town hall asking about trees and who is responsible for maintaining and trimming these trees. Is it the homeowner's responsibility or is it the town's responsibility?
If there's wires through that, it's the electric company.
Well, yeah, certain
There's 4 trees
circumstances.
down there, you know where they're at down there and everything. They got wires going through there. I turned that into the light, they call it the light company and everything. But
I'm
they
just
take
saying
down some-
standard trees that are drooping into the road, hanging over the road, anything like that.
It would be the homeowner.
It would be the homeowner.
Yeah, I mean, we had to take our own trees down.
Correct. Okay, just so that's out there for the public, it is the homeowner's responsibility.
Okay, if it falls on the street.
If it falls into the street and it's an impediment to traffic, the town will then come in and handle it. They will open it back up for traffic. Yes, it will get shoved right back where the tree came from.
I think, well, he took care of that one meeting, fixed there.
Yes.
Said he did.
If the town has right of way there, they could step in if they chose to because there was
Okay.
some imminent danger.
Okay.
If there's wires running through it, get a hold of the town board, they can call the light company and tell them about it. And they'll either trim it or whatever they did.
Okay.
And now when you're flushing these flushes and stuff and everything, is the drinking water safe to drink?
The drinking water is still safe to drink, yes, but there may be aesthetics. You may see brown water, you may see some rust kick up, you may hear some gurgitation in your sink. It's typical. If you see any of these things, just run your cold water for several minutes. When the flushing in the area is completed, it should all clear up and be back to normal.
When you're flushing them, how many houses are affected by that one?
It could affect none, it could affect multiple. It's dependent upon how many people are trying to use water at that time, who's connected to what line.
What main?
Yeah, what main, how big the main is.
So how long do you have to flush it? You
Till,
open it up?
yeah, till it clears up. I mean, normally between 5 and 10 minutes is what you average.
Okay, so you just, whenever it clears up on you, I
Yep.
get a reflushing it.
Yeah.
How long will it take you to flush all of them?
I have from now until the 1st of the month to get at least a third of my percentage done, which is at least 25. So I have to get 25 or more hydrants on the west side of town this year done by the 1st of September.
And then what have you got for the rest of the town, and how does it work?
Next year I will select the east side and I will work another third of the hydrants.
So just 25?
Yeah, last year I did the east side, this year I'm doing the west side.
Okay. But that don't cover the whole town, you take the north and south then?
Not always.
Okay,
Well, yes, east side last year I did both north and south sides.
north and south.
I was able to get, in the time that I had allotted last year, I was able to get the entire east side.
Good enough.
Okay. Now, with all these extra things we got going on, I am going to ask the town board to hire a street employee. I will leave that up to the board to discuss and make a motion on. Thank you. To maintain the streets.
Yeah.
I guess I need to look at that salary ordinance.
Yeah, I've
I
explained
think
enough.
our lawyer needs to look at some more salaries.
Well, yeah, I understand. I just know.
Are you gonna use that
We-
policeman's money?
For several weeks now, we've been
Let's
asking.
check the low out, does it say we can?
Where you going?
Deputizing.
Well, just, yeah, there's several weeks we've been talking about this, so, I mean, I'm pretty sure Ted and I have asked the last 2 meetings for a motion, and they were yeah, and Alex has even mentioned it, and they've just been ignored. So now I'm asking the board to make a decision on it.
Are they gonna be working with you and him?
Yes, they would come in, they would learn the sewage department, and they would learn the water department in case anything was to happen, medically, vacation-wise, sick day.
Can they go to the same school you're all going to now?
Not currently. I mean, they would be able to be enrolled in it, but they would not be able to just jump into our certifications right now. They would have to have a year under.
Huh?
They would do all the mowing.
Would this be
Oh,
considered a
is that-
part-time
Is that what
laborer?
we talking about?
Yeah, he could, I mean, part-time, full-time, I'm just asking for another employee.
Wait till the first of the year then?
We would prefer full-time.
Yeah, I would much prefer a full-time.
So what I see listed is utility worker, singular, water operator, water operator? I assume that's supposed to be wastewater.
So this would be Seth would be the water, I'm the wastewater, and then this third person.
Well, man, we got
Utility
Tressler,
worker.
Tressler's still working with you all, ain't he?
Who?
Tressler's still working.
He's contracted.
Yeah,
He's
he's
a contractor.
contract.
I know, but he turns in towers on the streets and water and sewage.
Yeah, because he helps on all 3, but he
That's what I'm
also, he's a contractor as well. He has his own work, he has his own life, he can't always, be available when I
No,
need
the
him
contractor
available.
has to put in a claim.
So
Yeah,
there's
he's putting them
currently
out.
no one in the utility worker position of 41,600?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, so it is already in your salary ordinance?
Yep.
So if you wanted to advertise and fill it, that position exists?
You got
I
anybody in
thought there was
mind?
an application a few months
We,
ago.
yeah,
We had
there,
one.
I believe we have,
We did.
2 applications that have been turned in, and I have a third one that is supposed to be being turned in within the next couple of days. So I have 3 applicants that are more than ready to come be interviewed by us
Yeah.
and
Turned in
get
on
another
the
guy
ground.
out there.
Yeah, people applied for that a
Right.
few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that would be.
When I first started talking about it.
yeah.
Just on
probably
social
best
page, maybe?
rather than-
Yeah.
You know, I have lots of interested people.
There's so much more you wanna get done.
Yeah, I think we better follow the rules.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to hire a mowing crew for next year. He would be able to take care of all the mowing, weed eating,
That's what the street guy's supposed to be doing.
yeah, cleaning the catch basins when I'm not able to.
Putting up signs.
He didn't hear you,
What's that?
what you just said.
He's up there mumbling.
Seth didn't hear you.
Well, he knows what I'm talking about. We just discussed it already.
He didn't hear it, Joe.
I
I would
communicate with my
recommend that you
guys.
advertise it and then gather up all the applications you receive.
You wanna advertise it?
Yeah, I think we better.
Need a motion on there?
Do the right thing, you should follow it.
General consensus, then Gloria can put it in the paper.
Yes.
Well, paper's here.
So we need a motion and put it in the paper.
So,
We don't, okay.
so they voted to hire, Did you vote to
No.
hire? Or not until we get the applications?
Right.
Okay, I'm ahead of myself. Gotcha.
All right, Jimmy, what's next? Ready this long?
We're gonna take applications.
If I can get up here by 7 o'clock, it'd be nice.
Let's see what else is there.
Next is sanitary sewage department. Ted,
All right.
how's the sewer plant smell?
It smells good.
Sure doing well.
It's been crazy last couple of weeks. The last couple of weeks have been crazy. So the storms came in on August 11th, Tuesday. The plant took a lightning strike. Even though we've got like lightning protection and surge protectors and everything else, there's still damage. Specifically, one of the PLCs, one of the two PLCs, the computer brains, there were some circuits that were knocked out. So half the plant was shut down. When I got in and stuff, I made some makeshift repairs and stuff, so I was able to get the motors running and everything else, but there was like literally no feedback. All the instruments were not working. I couldn't tell the RPMs, the speeds of the pumps. I couldn't tell any oxygen levels in the waters and stuff. So, I mean, it was just crippled along and everything else, and that lasted for about 12 hours. Huge shout out to Kyle Wellman from the company Toric, who does the maintenance work on our wastewater plants and stuff. Yeah, actually, Kyle went down to Indianapolis to Toric's headquarters and stuff and found the replacement parts and brought them back. So about 8:30, 9 o'clock, we got back. We in the evening and stuff, we put the parts in, circuits in, so that was working. There's also some secondary damage to, like a Wi-Fi router got burnt out. The incubators, for whatever reason, their temperatures were all scrambled, so it took several days to get them back on into the specs. And there's also some secondary systems that I find going through that are just a little off because of the lightning strike. So, so there might be an invoice from Toric for the parts and labor and stuff for the replacements. Along with the lightning strike, there was about 9 inches of water in about 10 days. So the flow into the sewer plant increased by 25-fold. So usually I process about 100,000 gallons. I was getting 2.5 million gallons of sewage coming in. There's a way to run the plant at 200% capacity, which I was doing, but I still was having to divert some of that flood water into the creek for 11 days. Again, this is all I reported all this to IDEM. They were completely aware of what was happening the whole time. There was also a need, because the creek levels rose so high, that it covered the effluent pipes. And so there was an emergency pump that I had to run on 2 days, on August the 12th and 17th. Each day was run for about 10 hours, so about 20 hours total. So that was all very, but all in all, compared to some of the other communities that I've been made aware of and stuff through IDEM, we actually got off pretty lucky and stuff because there's no major damage to the things. But we had a meeting this afternoon actually with the EPA on the EPA project to, ironically enough, control the flooding. So the preliminary results are, you may have remembered, we had some sewer flow meters in some of the sewer pipes. We have some preliminary results. So it looks like the north end of the town and the east end of the town are major contributors of floodwaters when it rains or when there's wet weather events. They're still fine-tuning some of the data and doing some more analysis. They're hoping to get down to figure out which neighborhoods in particular are contributors, and maybe we can find some treatments or something that we can do in particular neighborhoods to decrease the amount of water coming in. We are having a meeting with IDEM and the EPA folks sometime in the middle of September. But one of the things that is required as part of this project is that there will be a public meeting. As part of this project, they're going to put together ways to solve the flooding. And that is probably right now looking at about a $5 million pond to store some of these flood waters when they come in. And that's not something that a community can just, a council can just say, we have to have public meetings per these grants and everything else and stuff, just to say, is the public aware? I mean, are they okay with this? Are they okay with the site? And possibly rate increases. But again, that's one of the things that we're working very hard to find grants in order to fund these projects. But just to give everybody a heads up, we're gonna be doing these public meetings. I'm gonna advertise them once I have an idea of when they are and stuff, that I'll reach out to the council members individually, and if they have any questions before the meetings are planned. And then finally, item inspections. There was an item, our item inspector showed up yesterday at the plant. One of the reasons was because of the flooding and stuff, and so he was aware of what I've been doing to mitigate the extreme water that we've been getting and stuff, and the damage from the lightning strike. So he just wanted to show up and see for himself what was going on. There was also, he had some follow-up questions from the inspection that happened in January. He was very pleased that he actually suggested some changes be made in the processes of what I'm doing, and I made those changes, so he was very happy with that, and also very happy that what I was doing during the flooding. So that's about it. If there's any questions.
Yeah. Ted, how many weeks you gotta go to school? You go on Thursdays?
We go on Thursdays. The last class is towards the end of September, and then actually mid-September, and then we have about a 3-week break, and then the final class is October 1st, and then after that we'll apply to take the test.
October 1st, then you guys will be through school.
The last class is October 1st.
I appreciate you in going to school.
Yes. Yeah, we're learning, like Seth said, there's a lot to learn, and it's very practical things that we can actually apply and have been applying to our day-to-day working with in the water department and the wastewater department.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Ted.
Fire department.
Fire department, short and sweet this time. I brought up the fact that we found a pumper that could be a potential. Plan on going to look at that hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so. So you guys have already approved the money for that a few months ago, so we'll hopefully have a report back on whether that's something that will work for us or not for the next meeting. I also just want to thank everybody that came out to Gas Boom Days and supported the fire department breakfast and lunch. Pretty successful for being the weather we had, so appreciate that. And then also just kind of wanted to check, I know we're starting to get into budget time. I've seen some of the other towns starting to work on budget. Just wanted to make sure we got that process started so we can get input into it this year.
Personally and
Yeah.
everything, but I haven't forgot it.
Okay. But that's all I got for fire department. Unless you guys have some questions.
I got it right here. He's talking about me suing you on everything, and then I got a letter from your lawyer, said he needs more time to think this out. But you tell your lawyer, if you turn this page over where I sued him, it says if you fail to appear on the date specified in the notice of claim, a default judgment may be entered against you. If you do not dispute the claim, you may either go to the clerk's office prior to the date specified in the notice of claim, that day, and execute a confession of judgment. If you dispute the claim, you must appear on the date specified in the notice of the claim.
Is that town business?
Right?
That's not
It's not town business.
What is it?
That is not.
That's personal.
That's personal business.
Between you and him.
The town's not suing the fire department. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
You
wanna
are
sit
personally,
for that.
Jim.
Okay, then. I've read it. You tell your lawyer, you better read the packet.
No.
I'm going that day. I'm going that day.
I'm sure he
So-
worked it through the courts, so you don't have to
Yeah, go ahead.
go through that. So
Okay,
I think he knows what he's talking about.
okay.
Thanks, Mark.
Police department, you got anything else?
Yeah, that's some quick stuff.
Police department.
Oh, there's a first on there?
Yeah, it's on the department.
Doesn't count, I'll have Bill or Dwight talk anyway. I don't know about it.
Real quick, there's a change in leadership for the president. And I was wondering if we could get a change in leadership for the board, for the police department, at least. I'm just asking for a change in leadership position, someone else to be on that I can talk to in regards to board things and stuff in between meetings. So,
So you want to change whoever was over the police department?
yep.
What? Yeah, I'll take it.
Item, you wanna take it then?
I'll take it.
Well,
I'll
yeah,
make a motion, Brian. Take
You don't
over
have to,
police
you can
department.
appoint me, Jimmy, you don't have to make
Okay,
it.
you're appointed then.
Okay,
Raise
that's,
your right hand.
hey, buddy, I'll take it.
All right.
okay, thank you.
Yes.
So, I've been looking at the Tahoe we have right now. We're getting up there in miles, and it's showing its age. Just in comparison, a transmission is gonna cost me about $13,000 when it goes out. It's shifting pretty hard right now. It's working, but it's holding on and it's starting to misfire. So I would like to start exploring new avenues of a vehicle. Now, if you're gonna wanna follow other departments, they don't necessarily buy brand new vehicles, they buy used vehicles. There's Chicago Motors and Asian Motors in Chicago, and they have some pretty good aggressive prices. The only quote so far was for $7,000 on a trade-in, but I think the other place I paid about 10 or 11 on the trade-in for the Tahoe. It's just, if we can get it before it dies, that'd be nice. I just don't want to be down one car. I know a few weeks ago we were conducting a search warrant. Hey. We were conducting a search warrant and we only had 2 cars and we desperately needed another one, so we had to use someone's personal car. And you know, if we had to transport evidence or anything, that could be a problem. So I'm just asking the board permission to look at trading in the Tahoe and purchasing a used vehicle. I don't want to go new because new is just going to cost way too much more than we got, more than it's in the plans right now. I'm looking anywhere from before the trade-in value up to $40,000. And that's fully equipped vehicle. So if it's something that you want to hold off on, that's fine. Yeah, it's been a lot of spending tonight, but that's something I need to think about.
Without an official quote in hand, there's no actual action to take.
Right.
It's just asking. Go for it.
And
Look away. Go ahead and look, all you can look all you want.
well, I would like to get the permission to look at purchasing a new car, well, a used vehicle and a trading the car.
Man, you're popular. Oh, you Hollywood. Well,
What'll be next?
I mean, it ain't gonna hurt to look and get prices.
yeah.
So the only thing is, the place I'm looking at is that, you know, it could be there 1 minute and the next day it could be gone because they're so aggressive on it. So, but,
Well, we're gonna have to figure out what part of the budget
okay.
that that's gonna come out of. 'Cause you got a full-time officer now, it's gonna come out of what fund. I don't know what our finances would be for that.
I can, like, I'm gonna help, Laura with the budget. So that's what kind of what I went to school for.
Okay,
But I'm gonna help her with the budget come that time and we can always explore then.
right.
I don't wanna take from anything. I don't wanna take from the street department because we need a new vehicle or a vehicle. I don't wanna take from any other department other than our own and what we're allocated. So I mean, it can always be something that we wait on, that's fine. I just wanna be wary of what could. I also tried to apply for some federal grants, but the previous clerk is locked in as the administrator, so I'm going through the process right now. And I have to get a notarized letter from the clerk and all this stuff, so to get the federal grants going, and it's kind of a pain. Also, I gave you a copy of an alleyway that's being asked to be closed. Mar will have to review it, because I'm not sure how good I did a job. But,
Take time to review it, come back next month, go ahead. If you want to vacate, review it real quick.
Well, right, well, we would have to notice a public hearing anyway, you couldn't
Yeah.
vote on it tonight.
yeah, I figured that at the latest, you know, it'd be for the next meeting, would be voted on. I don't know what the next steps are.
But
Because they have to put it in the paper that they want to vacate it and everything.
newspaper, TV, whatever.
Yeah, they got to
social
put it
media.
in the news. Did they do anything at all except do this year?
Not yet.
Okay, well, tell them they got to put it in the paper and pay for it too, and then they got to tell everybody. Give the public a chance to know,
Okay.
the way I read it.
Where's this alley at?
210 East Grandview. I think it's between 210 East Grandview and 319 East Grandview. And the owner is the same person.
It owns the land on both sides of it.
So I didn't think the survey was just
10 and 219.
210, 219.
319, 210, 319.
So we can put this in the paper. The government gets a discounted rate to publish things. But you could, and then you could bill it back to them.
You don't own all the property. You know, be the same as me. I'm both sides of my alley. So it won't vacate me.
It doesn't require a lawyer to do this. No,
We
I
can
tried
post
this, so I know.
You're a lot.
Right,
I mean, this is
right.
my.
So
That
I
one,
just
that
closed
wasn't
in there
expectation,
personally.
but that.
That's the proper explanation.
That's up to you.
Do what?
It has to be put in the paper.
Do you want the town to publish the notice, or do you want us to?
Well, we'll just go ahead and publish it. All 3 pages. Close from here to there, and that's it.
Part of it doesn't have it.
It has to be recorded too.
There are recording fees after you pass it, and
So what's the town want to do?
Well, we can run it in the paper saying we're gonna do this. But they can pay the fees for it.
and I assume you just want it to be part of your next regular meeting?
Yeah, next
So what do we need? We need a motion to take it out next meeting. Put in the paper, right?
Yep,
Royal, you
I'll get with you on
Put
what
in the paper
else.
now.
I'll send you the notice.
I believe that's what the response that I received.
Something else I wanted to look into is get your permission to trade in there's 3 small handguns that were purchased. They're considered off-duty handguns. We have no use for them. They're brand new. Well, 2 of them have never been shot. I'd like to trade them in so we can purchase full-size handguns that would be more of a use than it would be for anything else.
How many full-size handguns do you have?
I have 3, and I have 3 of the smaller ones.
What's their approximate value?
We paid $907 for that.
Probably about $400 each.
Well, I think we bought clocks, wasn't it? 6 clocks? And we had to change the ammo.
Yeah, it's about $400 each, brand new. So like used, probably 250 maybe. I don't know if you need a auction or.
Shouldn't, since they're less than 1,000 each, less than 5,000 vehicle.
Well, Mr. President,
Vice President.
what do you think about it? He wants permission to trade these in on real guns, not those little things they get back.
Probably about 2 out of them. Get 2 full-size ones out of them.
Yeah.
But we would have more use for 2 full-size ones than we would 3.
They're not the guns that the policeman wears, it's just a sign.
These are off-duty
Carry-ons
ones.
or whatever.
Yeah, these are off-duty
Ankle
ones.
holster, man, like a pistol.
And I would rather an officer not carry one off-duty, a town-issued firearm off-duty anyway. So they're off-duty firearms. I've never shot them. They're being cleaned and everything. They're ready to be sold. I just need permission to sell them.
But if you sell them, you go to buy some more
Buy full-size handguns.
for them to carry off duty.
No, they would just be duty guns.
So you're getting rid of the off-duty guns and buying duty guns.
Yes.
And you got how many duty guns now? You said 6?
I have three full-size duty guns right now.
We bought 6.
Yeah, we bought 6, but 3 full-size, 3 small, 3 off-duty ones.
If I remember right, we bought 6 clock guns, I think, I don't know, 19 or somehow. But anyway, You got 3. Okay.
The difference in price between the two is available in your budget.
You like to spend money, buddy.
No. Listen, I've gone like 2 months without asking for anything, so,
You're making up for it, buddy.
yeah.
You're right, he is, isn't he? He is.
You're over the police department there, Vice President.
So we're gonna go give him permission to go ahead and trade them off, get some on-duty guns, throw them
Need
away
a
with.
motion for that, or just?
No, it's
We don't
within
need
his
no
spending
motion.
power and.
You do it.
So I'll get,
He's over the police department.
thanks. That's it for now.
Don't
Wait.
ask for nothing else for next year.
Get back to the park department, thank you.
Yes, we skipped the parks.
We skipped the park department, now we're not
Sorry.
done.
Don't have a whole lot really this month. I am proud and happy to say that we did collect 140 signatures or surveys in 2 days uptown.
We do have a few out in the city, but we might.
Yeah.
I know I've still got some to collect around town and things, and then I do have one out online as well for people to fill out. We have about 46 of them filled out, so we're over 200, but less than 250, which for, you know, a month's worth of having it out there, I'm happy with that. We continue to work on the 5-year plan. 3 of us attended the Community Vitality last night at John Jay, as CN had talked about. I think this is going to be huge for us as far as learning wise. I learned a lot last night. Bill, I'm sure we all learned a lot last night when it comes to opportunities out there, what other towns are doing. It pretty much brought every town in the county together, focusing on community centers, but this is our community center at the moment, the cabin. But I think it will help us a lot when it comes to moving forward. That's really about all I got, other than attending that meeting and doing the surveys, working on the 5-year plan. One thing that I would like to address the board with is, during this meeting last night and representing Redkey, I don't know how to say it, facial expressions or people's demeanor when you say, oh, we're from Redkey. And it revolves around this table right here. It doesn't revolve around the park board. It revolves around everybody sitting here. I know you've heard it and people have said it, but we are the laughing stock of this county. Personal opinions need to be put to the side, and this needs to be town business, 100% for the town. And if you're not for the town, you should not sit on this table, period. It's shameful to go to something like that and have other towns tell you that, man, I think your biggest problem is probably your board. And I'm just gonna leave that there. That's all I have.
When do you meet on your park board meetings?
The week before you do,
What time do you meet?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on Tuesday then, the week
Yep.
before we do?
Yes,
Where
sir.
you meeting at, brother?
Right here.
Okay, I'll be here at your next meeting then. Yeah,
Sounds
thank
good.
you. I'll see you there, I'll be there, yes.
Well, that's fine, you can go. We're not gonna argue about anything.
I'm not arguing, I just
Talk
want to
about
come.
property. I'm just letting you know, that's not what arguing
I don't
about.
have to talk about that.
Okay, that's
I
fine. The
still
only thing I have to have.
It was just disheartening. I don't know about Bill or Lynn. It was disheartening for me to talk to other communities and, you know, when we go around and introduce ourselves and they say, or I say, hey, I'm from Redkey, and you look around the room and you see people kind of grimace or, ooh. It's not because of our board.
Yeah.
And we're going out trying to better this community, and I think everybody needs to think about that with things that go on at these meetings, with how things are done. That's just my opinion. I'm just one person, but that's kind of it's disheartening. It's just disheartening.
You're right, you're right. We had that same
Let's
situation
get
when we
on
were at
to
gas food days,
Let's get on to
and we
speed.
set up at gas food days.
They're not listening.
People in the community was walking by and they were reading our sign, and they failed to realize, because on our sign that we put at gas food days, basically like meet your town of Redkey park board members. They didn't see the park, and most of them, as they were walking by our table at first, basically grimaced and did not want to talk to us until we pulled them in and told them, we're not the town board, we're the park board. So you guys' reaction, how you guys act here to one another and everything like that,
Is
your
reflected.
community is seeing that.
Yeah, it says
The
clerk's
whole
minutes.
county's seeing it.
Clerk's is next.
No, I have not said
Well,
anything
we just
yet.
coming up on the
Oh, I'm
council
sorry, you're
comment.
with the park.
No, I'm over the park, so I
That's
can
all he
say
said
something,
that the
okay?
park-
Sorry, I
done.
thought he was doing it.
He said he was
Nothing,
done.
we're not trying to hurry you up. You took it the wrong way.
Do you want to take the council comments
That's fine.
when it comes your
Go-
turn,
go
or do you
for
want to take the?
No, I'm going to talk to Gloria right now. That's what I'm gonna do. So, I'm creating this website, what is it called, Pagenosity?
What is it?
I'm making an account on this website, Pagenosity, for the park board, for funding and stuff. And one of the things that is wanting is a specific, like, an account for like funds to go into. And I didn't know if the park had a specific account for like donations and funds.
I think we have a donation
Yeah,
there.
we got two of them on there. We got a park board and you got a park other side.
Okay, so I'll have to get with you, I guess,
Yeah.
sometime this week.
Yeah, we'll work something out. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure we got one, but we'll
We
work it
got
out.
it, it's in the
Okay.
paper right
Yeah.
here.
And then, another thing, Dwayne had asked for an email for the park board, and I wanted to get you guys' approval to have Leap set up an email for the park board, so they can get,
I just feel like as we're filling out grants and things like that,
Yeah.
it needs to be an official from the town email, not a park board at Yahoo that I create, or I just think that it needs to be an official town.
I don't have a problem with that.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Marshall, Redkey's on it.
Yeah, park board at
Do you
town.
need to vote on it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't, is there an extra expense or anything with that?
I'd have to check with Leap. We're gonna call Leap
I
and
can't
check.
imagine it's significant.
We'll check with Leap and see what
Well,
they
Jake County
say.
Economic Development, too, I tell everybody it's a story on that.
I'm sorry, what?
Tell her about they're trying to seek grants.
Well, she was there. We've met with her.
Okay.
We met with C, and we've done that last
Okay.
month. So yeah, we're in the problem. I think people within the town think that now we got a park board, this is boom, snap, it's gonna happen. That is not gonna be a reality. It is absolutely not gonna be a reality. It's gonna take time. That's why we've got to develop a 5-year plan.
Anything good takes time.
Well, and I don't care what you've heard around town. In my opinion, we cannot move forward, have a 5-year plan until these surveys are back and we do what the town people ask for. Not what I want, not what Jenny wants, not what Bill wants. We're here to serve the people of the community, not ourselves. So until we get the survey done, I feel that we can't move forward at all.
How much more you like on your survey?
All surveys will be shut off and are scheduled to be in by the 18th of September. So that I can hopefully get things together quick enough to kind of have some results to show you guys at the next meeting.
How many of you have turned in so far? I see that now.
We are over 200,
Over 200.
over 200. We're approaching 250.
Our meetings have to be in the paper and made public.
They do?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, see, and.
That's all you can do. Like, here's the big thing on this.
Yeah.
This month when they come to pay.
So, we're going to Tuesday before
Yeah.
our
Tuesday
meeting.
before our meeting?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, if they fill one out.
So each month,
Guys, let's make sure we talk one at a time or the camera can't pick up.
I think you got the table.
No,
You done?
she's talking about the park board meetings had to be put in the paper, and I'm gonna do that. And then I talked about the email, and you guys said, okay. And then the phone system, It's been a slow process. They keep saying, we're working on this, and this week, they said that they're waiting on LEAP, and LEAP has been contacted to do the IP and the firewall. So we will bring it to their attention again, but Trish called LEAP this week and said we need this done. And we will get a hold of them about the email for the town board. And that's about all I have, except talking about the board members. I think Redkey's always been a laughing stock of the county. But being a board member is not easy. I've never been one, or I don't want to be one, after seeing what these guys go through. My husband was one, and he said it was the worst 4 years of his life because of the way there's always 2 or 3 people that work against you, and then there's always one that tries to run the whole show, and you have to work together for our town. Because I mean, like I said many a time, I'm from this town. I've lived here all my life. And I think everybody in Redkey or sometime or another should be on the town board, because it's not an easy job. And there's more to it than just coming to the meetings. And I agree, we have always been, I think we've always been the black sheep of the county. And that's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah,
we get all the windmills, we get all the, everything that nobody else wants, and the money's always split between everybody.
Yes.
But that's my opinion. And I'm entitled to my opinion, but I think...
Back during school system, it was the same way.
Yeah, and then the town board town board is a very hard job.
Yeah.
And everybody needs to, you guys know, it is. Everybody's always nitpicking, you can't please them, there's always something wrong.
You can't please anybody.
And they do the very best they can with what they have. They do the very best they can.
You just can't.
And if you're willing to talk to them, they'll work with you. And I think Jimmy's doing fine because, we had a president that wanted to run everything. I like Brenda, I don't mean to put her down, but Jimmy, he tries to be nice to everybody.
But he's suing the fire department.
Well, that's personal.
Yeah, that's not.
And I don't know what that's about, I can't help that, I don't know what that's about.
It'll come out.
So, whatever. Yeah, let's go into business. I'm sorry, that's just what I wanted to say.
3 minutes, Jimmy.
Okay, 3 minutes in. Mark Level, you up again?
Talking to me again?
Yeah.
Okay. I got 2 topics, so I'll try to run through them quick, unless I get 6 minutes since I got 2 topics.
Go for it.
So, Redkey Gas Boom Days was a couple weekends ago. Very challenging with the weather, obviously. Our forecast changed on us every half hour we looked at it. We're in beginning planning stages. We're talking about doing a back to school event. Obviously not a full festival like the Gas Boom Days, but we did have about 25 to 30 vendors that came up Saturday morning and set up in the rain. And our thought was to invite those vendors back on September the 12th. There's a couple of ribbon cuttings downtown that day. Just looking for permission to shut off the road again. Probably just a 1-block area right around the old fire station and use the electric again. So wanted to make sure that was okay with you guys. I think it refers to the vice president when he goes out of the room.
Must be, it's fine with
September the
me.
12th, they're having a
Back to school event.
And you want to use electricity, is that what you're saying?
Use electricity and shut the road down just on Saturday and just about a 1-block area.
They're giving away hamburgers and hot dogs.
I'm about giving away.
So what's gonna be, what are they gonna actually have for the kids?
We're still in the planning stage. So the idea is to invite back the vendors that actually took the step of showing up that Saturday morning, setting up in the rain, give them an opportunity to come back and try to make a little bit more money than what they did that day, give public a chance to get out here along with the ribbon cuttings and just have something to do. So we'll get the details out on Facebook once we get it all settled in, but just wanted to get that permission to do that. Second topic, completely different subject. Downtown sidewalks in Redkey. I don't know if you guys have been down there lately. They are in very, very bad shape.
Yes.
We've got places that have probably a 3 to 4 inch rise where it's supposed to be level at. I know of at least 2 people that's been hurt up there. I think it's a liability thing. My understanding is that those can be taken care of with the community crossings grants that we also use for the roads. Obviously, we don't want to take away from the roads getting done in order to get the sidewalks done. The roads need to take priority. We had a Redkey Economic Development Committee meeting this evening, and REDC is interested in putting up the match money for the Community Crossings Grant, as long as you guys will allow us to add that onto the Community Crossings Grant for this year. So the town wouldn't have any money out of pocket for it. Basically, the REDC would match that, assuming quotes come back good and everything like that. But talking to CN, I think that deadline for Community Crossings Grant is coming up September the 30th. So I wanted to bring that up today just to make sure you guys were okay with us pursuing that and looking into getting some estimates and adding that to the Community Crossings Grant list that you guys would turn in, but with REDC paying the.
So Mark,
match
what you're
money.
saying is that would basically be free sidewalks to the city.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, what about the bricks that's all in there?
That is up for discussion.
Yeah,
So-
because everybody paid for.
Yeah, so the bricks that have names on them
Yeah,
would definitely be saved.
okay.
The other bricks, my plan is to get an estimate both ways.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the bricks. I like the bricks down there.
I know.
They're a pain in the butt to
they're
shovel over.
yes,
and
they
over.
are.
So the concern is, with those bricks, over time, they're gonna settle and things like that. Obviously, there's more money in that, so. Me, number one, the ones with the names on it will stay. We'll make sure that happens. The other ones are up for discussion.
Okay, that's
What
good.
about the trees, Mark? That's what's raising your seedlings. Are the trees coming down or they staying?
I don't know. I mean,
From what I see.
the trees look good up there. I like the looks of the trees, especially when they bloom, but that is definitely a part of the problem.
That is.
Whereabouts is the worst at?
Right in front of the Masonic Lodge and over right by my coat machine.
There's a couple more too.
There's a couple more down there. That's the ones I noticed most because they're on my end of town down there.
I know them bricks.
Are you planning on loaning the town money like they did that $30,000 fence and we gotta pay you all back?
Not on this, no. This would be RADC doing the 20% match. No, not a loan. Just
So
a,
we gotta pay the 80 and you pay the 20, but we don't have to pay you back.
no, the Community Crossings Grant, so I'm not sure what agency it is that does those. Is that federal or state? State. So the Community Crossing Grant is what you guys use to do the roads each year. So the state pays 80%, the town pays 20%. So on the sidewalks, the state would pay 80% and RADC would pay the 20%.
So the city won't pay a dime.
Yeah, the town's not paying for it,
Yeah,
Jay,
It's free.
in essence, right?
Is the street department working on the grant
Who's got
application?
the grant? I mean, I don't know.
Sounded like he was,
Who?
Mark was.
You're working.
Not on the Community Crossing Grant. I was just gonna look into getting some estimates for the sidewalk part of it and then adding it into whatever the town's doing.
So who's got the grant? Who's over the streets?
I'm not sure how that process works
I don't
in the
know.
past. I'm not sure. I think you guys have been,
Well,
I think
I
Jason Easy's
had
been involved with it, but.
I had asked if the city had submitted the requirements, because it had to be okay. If you have not submitted your paperwork and requirements for last year, then you won't qualify. And so that I had asked and they weren't sure, so that was something else we were gonna dig into, that you would have, by the end of last year, you would have had to rate your streets. And then submit that in order to be eligible for community crossings. They changed that. Used to, community crossings grants were, you could apply twice a year. They've now moved it to just once a year. So it's open September 1st and it closes September 30th. So if we're not this year, then you could apply next year, but then that means we have between September and December to get the roads rated and certified and get that submitted, so then we qualify for next year. So that was one of my asks. I know the group RNC were not aware if that step had been done, because if that step's not done, then we can't even apply for the grant.
It wasn't done, was
Well, I don't know. I don't
it? Was
know.
it done, Mark?
No.
That's the town. That has nothing to do with me.
She did that when she did
That's
the one
the
paving grant. This is totally different though, isn't it?
I know Brenda has talked about the roads
The
different
roads were
times, I'm not
rated.
sure if
That's
she's
with
done
the
anything with the,
CCNG certification, right?
yeah.
We don't have that. Nobody in the town has that. That was an outsourced thing that Brenda handled. So I don't know. I'm unaware of anything there.
Did One Choice do that?
I honestly am not sure. Brenda.
They did, but they said they were changing it, that they weren't gonna do stuff for us anymore. We had to hire somebody to do it.
Like that for this year, correct, but for last year. So we can dig maybe
Yeah, but-
after the meeting and we can dig into some records, but we need to find out if the town of Redkey submitted documentation and rating of the roads by the end of last year in order to be eligible for this funding
I
this
called
year.
that woman who done that, she said they in Ohio, but they don't do anything.
Correct, One Choice can no longer do it because they're
They don't
out of
do it.
state, that is
So we
correct.
don't have it. They do it.
So, yeah, so I have been working with Dwayne Monroe, the county commissioner, trying to figure out alternatives for the communities to help save money. And so what we've talked about, it has to go through the county still, I'm sorry. But the county actually has the equipment, the video equipment, and the county has someone certified, and we're looking at having somebody certified within JCDC through the PACER, which is what you're talking about, the PACER training. And then we could help do the paperwork and the certification. If somebody within a town, the county would loan someone in the town that equipment to drive your streets. And then we work as a partnership then to save the town's money. So that's what we're working with the county commissioners in our office to try to save all the town, but nothing's been settled yet. So we're trying to figure out, like Dunkirk went ahead and hired a firm to get theirs done this year because we're not gonna have time to work this out until possibly next year. So I'm just trying to get a
So
sense of
this
where
is on
everybody's
ground
at.
zero. This is on ground zero.
I think we just need to find out if anybody from the town has did that background work yet.
How much
And I
money
think
have you
Brenda
got?
was
I don't know if
talking
she
about
did it or not, I don't know.
I can check, yeah. we'll
It's like
see.
up to $1 million, but we don't need $1 million for,
Yeah, you gotta be able to afford the match.
Yeah.
So usually,
it's like
the way I understand
75 to 25. or
I've never been
something
involved
like
with
that.
it. It's an 80-20 match, and basically, you guys have to look at your budget for streets, see how much you can afford to give the 20% of, then the state gives you 80%, you guys do 20%. Just whatever grant, whether it's this year or next year, preferably this year, if we did the background work on it, we would just want to tag on to that, and instead of the town paying the 20% match, REDC would pay the 20% match to do those sidewalks.
So the town won't have to pay nothing.
Town won't have anything in it.
But
If
it's the
we-
town's
If we
money,
get
isn't
the
it?
grant done.
No,
It's not the town's money, no.
80% of it will come from the state, 20% of it will come from REDC funds.
But you are the town.
No.
Redkey, it's Redkey.
It's separate from the town of Redkey.
Different.
It is,
The
we
way I
do
read-
represent Redkey, the people from Redkey,
The way I
yes.
read the law is you people are supposed to have an election every 4 years and it has to come through the town board. We have to okay it. Is that true or is
I
that
don't think that's
false?
quite right.
Well, I've got the
Let's
law
let's
there.
go on, no.
Let's go on to something else.
Anyway, I guess what I'm looking for is just permission to look into some quotes and tag on to that in the future, so.
Thanks, Mark.
Go for it.
Thank you.
Mark. Bill Hall.
Okay, I just got a couple announcements I'd like to make. First, the big idea will be back again this year at the Redkey Elementary for the school families. It'll be coming up on the 1st of September from 3 to 5. That'll be on a Tuesday. They're going to offer shelf table items like fresh produce, freezer items, and also basic needs like soaps, toothpaste, things a family may need. This is just going to be for Redkey families only that have students in the Redkey Elementary School.
What's it called?
It's called The Big Idea. We had that last year. And it'll be back again this year, starting on the 1st of September.
Only one time,
No, it'll be once a month.
or once a month?
But you have to have kids in the school.
Yes.
Tell them.
Yeah, you-
Well, they don't care if we stink, I'm just kidding.
And that was my first thing. Also, on September 11th, come on, if I look at one of these right here,
That's my
or just,
birthday.
it's 9/11?
Yeah.
You picked them.
Boy, would you mind passing that around, please?
I
Thank
can
you.
do that.
This will be, on September 11th, that's when we're gonna have the mobile farmers market in. And they're teaming up with Ball State University and Spangler Farms and some of the local farmers around to have fresh produce brought in to Redkey. We're gonna be setting up at in front of the gazebo, right across from the old firehouse. And,
Free?
ma'am,
Free, I said it's free.
it is free for Redkey residents only. It will be, you'll have to sign in, they'll have a sign-in sheet for you to sign, just for Redkey residents to help with needs for Redkey families.
Hold on, are you asking, is it that to set up is free, or is
The produce is.
Everything's free, everything's free.
Fresh.
Yeah,
produce.
this is,
Farmer's market.
did you get one? It's a fresh farm, it's a fresh farm market.
Okay.
Sorry, whoops.
They will have fresh produce, and they're going to try to have fresh fruits also there, but some of the farms where this is coming from had a lot of rain and had some issues there. But also they'll be doing a little demo there on some of the veggies. The lady will be showing you how you can take some of the vegetables that are on the tables, how you can make something really simple, really quick, and be more nutritional for you than a bag of tater chips or whatever. And it's really neat. I got to go to one in Salamone here over the last week, and they had a really good demonstration on the fresh produce there.
I like my chips.
Yeah, and, okay. Now, one other thing, that's it for that. And also on September 8th, I'll be placing applications for next year's Hometown Hero banners. I'll be placing them up at the city building and also at Mark's Place and the post office and Citadels. This is for next year's Hometown Heroes banners. And the price is still going to be the same on them, be $45 for the banner. And I have this question all the time. Do they get the whole banner? No, unless they have two people that are military. They pay for one side of the banner only, $45 per side. And if they have a family member, which is father and son that's in the military, that's great. But it would be $45 per side. And like I say, I'll be taking them up on September 8th in these locations. And then on November 14th, we'll be removing the banners that are up right now and storing them away for the winter. And that is all I got on the bottom of my page. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Bill.
Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Yes.
They're gonna place the same banner that they have already ordered. Do they have to pay another $40 fee for that to get it rehung? Or is it just a one-time thing?
It's a one-time. It's a
Okay.
one-time fee.
I had somebody ask me the other day, and I was like, I'm not real sure about that. Let me ask somebody.
Right, and if the banner gets damaged, it gets replaced free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hailstorm comes in, pokes holes in it, they will
Okay.
replace that for free.
You just
All right.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
pass it around.
Heather's next.
Heaven?
30 minutes, right? Last month I brought that memorandum of understanding to you guys about Redkey Community Development being able to have operational control of the fire station and establishing a committee. And I was wondering if that's gone anywhere, because we have an opportunity through the Portland Foundation. There's a Lilly endowment coming down, and they granted Jay County $750,000. And we have an opportunity to file by September 30th. It's only for nonprofits. So we could file basically our biggest wish list for whatever and ask them for as much money as possible. You know, we could ask for $250,000. If they give us $10,000, we're going to put it into the fire station to make it, to tuck point it, new windows, electrical, roof, whatever it needs to make it something that the future of Redkey can use, or hopefully the present sooner than later.
Heather, I made about 4 phone calls to Indianapolis and everything, and I can't find out if that's already been a historical society, a historical building, what the rules and stuff on the historical building, and who controls it and everything. And also, I'd like to read this letter here. And it's about business information from Diego Morales, the Indiana Secretary of State, 4/22/25, 2:44 p.m. The Redkey Volunteer Fire Department Incorporation. Entitled type is Domestic Nonprofit Corporation. Creation date was 5/24/1999. But the office principal address from the Diego Morales is 20 South Oak Street, Post Office Box 448, Redkey, Indiana, 47373 USA. Jurisdiction and formation is Indiana. The business ID is 19990511649. The business status is admin dissolved. Inactive date 12/11/2008. Expiration date is perpetual. Business entirety report due 5/31/07, 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
What is this about?
The thing of it is, their address is the same address that the historic building is.
Well, because that was the old fire
Okay,
station.
I've called 4 places in Indianapolis, and I haven't found out nothing yet. According to this right here, the fire department is a non-profit, and they're supposed to fill out a year's thing, but they haven't filled one out for 18
This
years.
has nothing to do with the fire.
I can help with that.
You can help with
that.
it, okay.
Because
But
we,
that's where we're at, I'm
we-
trying to find out about the city building.
yep, it has nothing to do with the ownership of the building. That's just where their corporate records went.
But if it's made a
This
historical
was the
building.
one that we discovered had been administratively dissolved when we were working on their contract a couple years ago.
This year.
They hired legal counsel, they formed a new nonprofit corporation, so yes, this one is defunct, but they have a valid nonprofit in existence
Okay,
now.
now, what about the fire department? Is this the correct address for the Secretary of State?
I don't know what your current corporate address is on.
That one would have been for the previous one because that's where the fire department was at the time when that was created and ran. This one is,
Have you got
I
a
don't
new
remember
one?
if
Up
we
the
used
railroad
it
street.
town hall.
Have you got a new one?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, he sent you this in May of 25, so since then you've got a new one.
that was about the time we got.
That's when you printed this off.
Did you?
Even after a corporation ceases to exist, it'll stay in the system forever.
Well, where we're at, I'm trying to find out from down there what's going on.
Okay, well, back to this, there's an MOU somewhere. Who has that?
Last month, I gave you a copy, Byron. It was something I was working on, and I'd like to work with the town so we can just establish that as a nonprofit, we are allowed to put out grant applications for funding to put into the building. And also to establish a historical committee so they could work with the town board and determine the future use of the building. Right now, we just want to make it weather tight, new roof, tuck pointing, some windows, update some of the electrical, because we don't know what the town of Redkey wants to do with the building. So we're just trying to get it further along in the process to keep it standing. So that's.
So I see these are talking points. If you guys agree to all the talking points, I can put it in
Well, I agree
something
to
to
it, I
actually
went over it, yeah.
sign.
I have no problem with it, it's a good idea.
Because like right now, this Giving Indiana Funds for Tomorrow initiative, there's $750,000 sitting at the county level, and they're supposed to give it to nonprofits. It wouldn't cost the town any money. It would be money that we would receive, fully documented, we're all legal with the IRS, and it would go towards,
Getting a
we're already.
lot of work done up there.
We're trying. Today we met and we have different people going after quotes for, new HVAC, what would that cost? So we know what ballpark, what to ask for. And if they give us $5,000, then we'll put that into whatever we gotta put it into, but it's all gonna go towards the building. We just need
Did you
something.
say you already have your exemption?
Yeah, we already have mine, I can get you the number if I need all that stuff. But yeah, she's done all the paperwork with the IRS since last October. We've been a nonprofit with them since last October. And that will help us also work towards our Main Street accreditation, because we have to have that in by the end of October as well. And that opens us up for more money, which we're gonna just put back into the community.
Are you supportive?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'm trying to find out.
it's on the National Historic Register of
Right,
District.
1990, they got a $1,500 grant, but then it belongs to the town of Redkey.
Right, we don't want the building, we don't wanna pay the bills, we don't wanna do it, we just wanna get money
It being a
to approve
historical
the building.
building, what is the rules of the historical
Well,
building?
you can't change the outside at all,
Right,
because it's on the National Historic Building Registry.
Can you
okay?
change the roof?
we're
Well,
not
you
going,
have,
They ain't changing
you have to do repairs and stuff
That's
like
what I
that.
said, but it's a
Yes.
historical building, you
Yeah.
can't sell it, you can't touch it. can't
That's
do
why
that.
they have a
What is
historic,
it?
they formed a historical committee so they can investigate all of that.
right.
Did you investigate it?
They
Yes.
are, yes, Berthwaite Bush is very involved with that, he's working with the Indiana Historical Society and all that stuff.
Well, that's
We're
a
not
good
gonna
thing.
change the building to where it's, in fact, the age of the building and the roof, we wouldn't replace it would cost $200,000 to just replace the roof. Because it's probably got asbestos. But-
So,
So that was it, I'm willing to meet with you guys or talk.
You wanna go ahead and do a motion just pending legal drafting of an actual MOU, that way I can get it to them before the next meeting, so it's not quite so time crunch with that September 30th.
I'll make a motion to go.
I'll second that
All
motion.
right, we got a motion, it's second, Jenny, how do you vote? I vote aye, so that's four, so you find out about that.
And we just found out about this yesterday, so that's something I apologize for. If I'd have known weeks ago, I would have contacted all of you.
Heather, will that give you enough time to?
Yeah, we're working on the grant application. The grant's actually pretty easy to fill out.
Like the
It's
last
like, this is
person on
how much we
this.
want, because this is what we want to do, and if they give
Well, I
us.
just wondered, you
Yeah.
guys
During this meeting.
they just meet once a month. It's
Right.
really
By the time by the time the grant's, the
Grant
application
application
is,
in.
yeah.
We'll have
Got a letter,
But good for you.
All right, thank you.
regulation for
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, since the rain out at Gatsby Days, we're having a clock rededication on September 12th at 11 o'clock. And then there's another ribbon cutting for Leroy's business down there at noon. So,
I put that on the water bill.
thank you. And we're gonna be selling there, not giving away, the Coney dogs, and the Fun for Kids is gonna be selling ice cream. So,
On the 12th.
on the 12th, yes.
Okay, then we'll go to comments. Jenny, you first. Any comments?
No.
All right. Boy, you got any comments?
Time to go.
Have you got any comments?
Now I'm ready.
I got three things I'm gonna read here. First one, this here is for the veterans in America, the United States veterans. It's a Code of Federal Regulations, page 496, 7.5 application. The benefits of the act are not available except upon application. The insured may designate any person, firm, or corporation to submit an application on his or her behalf. The designation must be in writing, signed by the insured, and attached to the application. When application for benefits are received by the insurance, a report thereof will be made within 30 days to the Department of Veterans Affairs Regional Office, Insurance Center at Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The insurer may submit, I've got the floor, submit with the report a statement setting forth any additional information deemed necessary to the application of the application, and any facts and reasoning as to why the policy should or should not be protected under the Act. 6.2 premium rate. Effective January the 1st, 1983, the United States government life insurance policies and total disability income provisions on a premium paying status are paid up, and no premiums are required to maintain such policies and provisions in force. You write to the Department of Veterans Affairs, Insurance Center, Post Office Box 7208, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19101. You got $10,000 life insurance. All veterans has got that. You get the cash flow and everything else. I got one more thing, it's going to run real fast, two more things. If you own or own land under or next to railroad rights of way, where fiber optic cable was installed, you could receive money from a class action settlement. State or state settlements have been there. Class members include current or previous owners of land next to or under the railroad right-of-way at any time since the cable was installed in the 24 states listed below. You don't have to join. You can exclude yourself from the class. This means you cannot file a claim for cash benefits, but will keep the right to sue the defendants in the future. Okay, now everybody from Redkey to Dunkirk owns the railroads. This here right here, if you want to file through it and everything. Now they did buy, Norfolk and Southern did buy the curve that comes around there. And they paid the town $55,000 for it. But from the curve to Dunkirk, the landowner owns that land. And then I'm going to read this letter here real short. June 2nd, 2026, to whom it may concern. Bill and Mary Hall are the caretakers of the Redkey Park cabin. The cabin is rented on weekdays and weekends for many different events such as graduations, reunions, and birthday parties. The renters decorate the cabin for their events. There can't be any other pictures, posters, or banners on the walls of the cabin because the renters decorate the walls with pictures of their families, balloons, and party items. We would have to remove all of his items each time they are put up so the renters would have clean walls and cabin. That is what each renter pays for. Jimmy Phillips has been hanging military photos and softball banners using duct tape and nails, which when removed leaves holes in the walls and also destroys the finish of the walls. He's been told numerous times not to put his personal photos or military pictures on the walls, but he continues to do so and is very destructive to the cabin. All pictures and posters were carefully removed from the walls and did not have any damage to them. They were given to the clerk at the city building. She told Mr. Jimmy Phillips that she had them, and he said he didn't want them. Bill and Mary Hall, Exhibit A, 38D012605, Small Plains, 45. That's when I went to Small Plains, that's what he got.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead and have a question.
Why is that anybody's business, what you just read? That's
This park cabin
No,
is-
listen,
all right, now
that's
listen
not.
a minute.
That's personal business, Jimmy,
Okay.
between you and somebody else.
No,
And this
it's
is what
not.
people
No,
are
it's
talking
not.
about, yes.
It's about this park cabin.
Okay, and yes,
That's right.
this-
That's it. All right.
you shouldn't hang it because everybody uses this cabin and it's not fair that you get to hang all your stuff all the time. Nobody else can come in here and do it,
I'm a
okay?
Lions Club member. This is
You
the
know what?
Lions Club building.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Read the charter, 1941. I
Okay,
read
it's
it.
2026, but this is what people are
Okay.
talking about. You go on these rants, you read these letters, you read these things from 20, 40 years ago, we get lost and you get lost, and it doesn't have anything to do with town business. It's a personal thing between you and whatever idea that you have at the moment. Okay, that stuff
bed
that
soldiers
stuff
from
does not
Redkey.
need to be read at a town hall meeting.
I'm honoring 10 dead soldiers that gave their life in this town. Right there they are.
Yes, and when someone has a baby
Do you
shower
like that
this
or you don't
weekend,
like
it needs to come down so they can have their
Okay,
stuff up.
Make a motion to see if you can get a vote. Make a motion to come. bring
We've
it
already
back.
voted on this.
Yeah, it's
When
already
did you
been,
vote?
yeah,
Yeah, it's been 6 months ago, Jimmy.
I've
yeah.
been putting that flag back up. That's a flag.
The flag is,
It's not banned.
this on the pole is fine. This, no, because everybody uses this cabinet and why should you be the only one that can plaster stuff on these walls?
Because that charter.
I don't care what that charter from 1941 says.
All right, let's go home.
I don't care what it says.
Did the Lions Club approve that?
I am the Lions Club.
You're the complete Lions Club.
I'm 1 minute.
Don't argue.
That's right.
Did the whole Lions Club
Hey, wait a
approve
minute, I
that?
forgot one more
Jenny,
thing. I forgot
got
one more
something for
thing.
you.
I went out there to that there veterinary, female cats.
Here is the
$131, male cats, $887.